What if I told you that after 75, it's not your genes, not your doctor, and not even your medications that quietly decide how long you'll live, but 6 tiny habits you repeat every single day without thinking about them. Habits so small they feel harmless, almost invisible, yet powerful enough to either stretch your life forward or slowly shorten it without warning. Because here's something no one really says out loud after a certain age. Life stops responding to big dramatic changes and starts responding only to the little things. The way you wake up, the way you move, the way you talk to yourself, the way you eat when nobody is watching. And I learned this sitting on a wooden bench in a quiet park, watching an old man feed birds every morning at exactly the same time. Rain or shine, never rushing, never skipping. And when I finally asked him why he never missed a day, he smiled and said, "Because missing small things is how big endings begin." And that sentence stayed with me. Because after 75, your body becomes incredibly honest. It tells the truth immediately. Skip movement for a few days and balance weakens. Stop using your hands and suddenly jars feel impossible. Ignore thirst and confusion creeps in. Neglect connection and loneliness starts whispering louder than pain. So the first habit that decides everything is how you greet the morning. Not what time you wake up, not how early or late, but whether you wake up with intention or drift out of bed like you're already tired of the day. Because people who live longer after 75 tend to sit on the edge of the bed for a moment. Breathe, stretch fingers and toes, look at light, and mentally say, "I'm still here." It sounds silly, I know, but the nervous system listens, the brain notices, the body follows. Rush out of bed stressed, and the body stays stressed all day. But greet the morning calmly, and the body stays steadier. The second habit is movement that doesn't feel like exercise. Because long-living seniors don't chase workouts. They chase circulation. They walk while talking, sway while brushing teeth, lift arms while waiting for the kettle. Movement stitched into life instead of scheduled. And this matters because after 75, joints don't fail suddenly. They fade from disuse. Muscles don't disappear overnight. They shrink from neglect. So the habit of gentle daily movement keeps the body remembering itself. The third habit is how you eat when no one is watching. Not diet plans, not labels, but pace and attention. The people who live longer eat slower, chew more, stop before full. And they don't punish themselves for enjoying food. They respect it. And this protects digestion, blood sugar, and inflammation without obsession. I once met a woman who lived to 98, and she ate chocolate almost daily. Just slowly, intentionally, never while distracted. And her doctor said her biggest advantage wasn't what she ate, but how. The fourth habit is hydration, boring but deadly serious. Because dehydration after 75 doesn't always feel like thirst. It feels like dizziness, fatigue, confusion, even falls. So people who live longer sip water like a routine, not a reaction. Small amounts all day. Even when they don't feel thirsty, they keep a glass nearby. They don't argue with themselves about it. They just do it. The fifth habit is social micro-connection. Not big gatherings, not parties, but small daily human contact. A greeting, a phone call, a wave, a few words exchanged. Because loneliness after 75 is more dangerous than high blood pressure. Studies hint at this, but life proves it. I've seen people physically decline after losing daily connection, even when medically stable. The body needs reasons to stay alive, and connection is one of the strongest. And the sixth habit, maybe the most overlooked, is how you talk to yourself when something hurts. When memory slips, when the body feels slower. Because long-living seniors don't insult themselves. They don't say, "I'm useless now," or "I'm too old for this." They say, "Today is slower." Not me. They separate identity from limitation, and that protects mental health, motivation, and even physical resilience. Because the brain believes what it hears repeatedly. And when these 6 habits stack together, they quietly create stability, fewer falls, fewer hospital visits, better sleep, steadier moods, and more independence. Not because life becomes perfect, but because the body stops fighting itself. And here's the part nobody likes to hear. You don't need all 6 to start. You need one, just one habit done consistently. Because consistency after 75 beats intensity every time. And if you're watching this and thinking, I've already missed my chance, that thought is the only real danger here. Because the body responds fast even later in life. Circulation improves, balance returns, digestion calms. Sleep deepens, mood lifts, sometimes within weeks. And I've seen it happen again and again. So here's the suggestion. Simple and honest. Choose one habit today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Maybe sit on the edge of the bed tomorrow morning and breathe. Maybe take a short walk while talking to someone. Maybe sip water regularly. Maybe slow down one meal. Maybe call one person daily. Maybe stop using harsh words on yourself. Just one, repeat it daily. Protect it like it matters, because it does. And if you do that, not perfectly, just consistently, you're not just adding days to life. You're adding life to days, and after 75, that's what really decides how long you'll live.